All right, guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of the podcast. Today we have a very, very special guest. You're going to want to stick around for this one. Her name is Kate Panchenko. I'm probably butchering that. I'm horrible with names. I apologize. She's an energy healer, a goal success coach, excuse me, and she is here to maximize your potential in everything that you do, in every aspect of your daily life, from personal to business. But before we jump into this exciting episode, we're going to hear a word from today's sponsor. Are you looking for clean energy without jitters and bad side effects? No sugar, artificial sweeteners, or preservatives? With a good source of energy from green tea and B12? Then look no further. Make sure you visit PureBoost.com and check them out today. We use this every day. It's our drink of choice to give us that good pick-me-up in the morning.
All right, welcome back to the show. Today we have a very exciting guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Kate. I'm mindfulness coach.
How are you today?
I'm doing great.
Excellent. So can you tell me a little bit about yourself and how you became a coach?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure the first question everyone has is, am I Russian or Ukrainian or something? So yes, I am Russian. I have an accent and it's obvious. So I moved here from Russia and so now I'm actually working on two languages as well, Russian and English, as a coach. And how I ended up being a coach. So originally I was in a business, like studying in accounting, auditing, and working as an accountant and auditor. And 2 years ago, I decided that it's enough. I need to do something that I really loved doing. So that was when I found the coaching certificate and I went to study for it. And I realized that that's the path, that's my path, that's what I should do for life.
Very cool. So going into what you do, how does that work? I mean, I would imagine that some of it is kind of changing the way people think.
So yeah, it's more like what I do. So what I do is I am helping people to connect to their higher self through realizing that they are an energy and giving them tools and instruments how to practice that energy work themselves, how to meditate, how to work with their energy, and overall the knowledge as to like what the heck are we doing here and how we can figure out this life. But it's not that I'm telling it to them in coaching sessions. How it works is that I'm through my questions and their answers, they answer to their questions themselves. So I'm trying to put them to the angle where they will see their answer. I'm just like mirroring what they tell me and like telling it back so they can hear themselves. So all that is done in order to it should come from them, from within, from the soul, their own decisions. So basically I'm not influencing what they do, but I'm trying to help them to hear themselves.
Gotcha. So when it comes down to trying to get somebody to kind of change their mindset and see their potential, what kind of goes into that? Is it different person to person?
Well, it's different for sure as to levels of how open-minded the person is, how much they meditate, or they even tried to meditate and are they familiar with energy. So there are different levels of that knowledge, and but everyone has the same potential. Everyone has exactly the same potential. You need just to practice and you'll get there. So as to meditations, the same with the mindset. with a positive mindset. Basically, it's also practice. Um, it's being mindful, living in the moment, understanding what you're saying, what you're feeling, what you want to do, and why you're doing it. So constantly being in the moment and understanding yourself. So that's mindfulness. Um, and yeah, not the same levels, everyone, and it's a different type of sessions every time. So yeah.
How when it comes down to coaching somebody to do, the change of the mental aspect of things, and to kind of be one with themselves and come in to know that they have positive energy. How important is meditating to that, and how important is that, do you think, as far as your daily life in general?
It's the most important thing that everyone should do. So people should meditate and then live their life. So it's not like you live your life and in between your life you meditate. It has to be opposite, because through meditations you actually create your life. You fix your life, you plan your life, you do everything in your subconscious level. And there's so many tools to do it. And on outside, on reality that we live, you basically redo, like, do whatever you created already in your mind. So it's much better, it's more efficient, and you also don't get into emotions too strongly, neither high emotion or low. You're more staying on balance and harmony with yourself when you see things happening to you. But you can be happy, but not as crazy happy, as like, oh wow, and sad, but not as sad. You're staying in the same level where you understand that there is a cause and effect, and you know what to do next. So meditation
And,
does do that.
yeah, I was always curious about that, because you see that all over the place, especially on social media and things of that nature. That it's almost like it will bring you to a center, so to speak, and then it will also help manifest things in a positive way and help keep you calm in situations, good or bad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree.
So, as far as energy healing, what exactly is that, and how do you think, or how do you get somebody to tap into that, to kind of change themselves and become one with themselves?
So energy, we are all our energy. So we are all the same. We're all consist of the same energy. And each of us have that potential to develop those senses, to feel the energy, to feel your chakras. And I have a painting behind me with the colors of the chakras. Usually when I also have my lives on Instagram, and I usually talk about chakras and point it here. So chakras help that energy, our energy centers, and knowledge about chakras help to understand the energy overall, like how it all connected to energy. How we are all not just a body, not just physical body. So that knowledge helps. And then once you know how it all works, you start practicing. So you start feeling it. Let's say first chakra is connection to the earth, first element. And then second chakra is connection to the water, third to the fire, fourth to the air. And once you know it, at first you know it, and then you just, okay, yeah, okay, I know it. That's the facts. And then you start practicing in meditation, actually feeling connection on your first chakra to the earth. And then actually feeling the water, like let's say going to the ocean and connecting to the water and feeling and being a water. Then fire, connecting to the sun, and air, connecting to the wind. So when you start feeling and activating your senses, you start, like, your chakras start opening, and you start like being more sensitive to it, that eventually you don't even need to sit and meditate too much. You just feel them, they're open, and you feel your energy, and you feel yourself as energy at the same time as you're human in a human body. It's an amazing feeling. It's like you're the god, you creator, you can do anything. That's the feeling when your centers are balanced.
So would you say, and this is just me not knowing a whole lot about it, would you say that when you do become center with yourself and you meditate on a daily basis, that pretty much anything is possible, and it's almost like willing things into existence, believing that you can do certain things?
So I would say how I see it, that everyone of us, like everyone, is able to create anything with their thought. That's 100%. Like whatever you believe in, whatever you say, and that's fifth chakra. If we go up, I'll keep going about chakras, because then when your heart is open, your fourth chakra, you speak, and you speak out of love. So fifth chakra is throat chakra, to talk about things. And also whenever you start saying, that means you believe in it 100%. So people who keep saying negative things about themselves, like, oh my God, I have to work so hard to earn a little bit money, or I will never get rich, it's so hard, or like, usually people about money, like it's very common that they just don't believe in themselves, that they worth of a lot. And limiting beliefs, just like don't let them to believe in it, and therefore they don't have it. Like, have you ever seen the person who says like, well, I'll never be rich, and they're rich? Like, they will never be rich. That's what they claim. They want to, they saying, and that becomes the law for them in their reality. So same thing. And what's the saying? It's like, it comes from your thoughts. That means you're thinking all the time about it. That's where you live, in that reality where your thoughts are. So through meditations, you can go into your mind, you can focus on your negative thinking and erase, like on energy level, visualizing some light and like working with higher self. You can erase all those negative thinking and thoughts, and kind of seed in positive ones. And that all comes like with the guidance in meditation, where I would guide, for example, as a coach. So that's like a work on energy level, how it works. And then eventually a person, once their energy is clear, they start acting as it. They start catching themselves when they think those negative thoughts, and they will remember that they just erased them in their energy. So it shouldn't be there, and they will think positively, and it starts switching their thinking. It will become more positive. But it's a work, and it needs to be like talked through, figuring out together. Well, better with a coach.
Right. Yeah, and it's like what you're saying is like one of my favorite quotes from Henry Ford is, "If you believe you can't or you can, you're right."
Exactly. Yeah, that sounds perfect.
And I think that, and of course, me not knowing a whole lot about it, I think that it's something everybody should try, just because.
Why not?
If you're trying to be successful in anything that you do, you have to be positive, even when things aren't going the way that you want them to. Eventually, it will, if the hard work is in there.
Yeah, so it's good to see the goal and understanding where you're going, at least like a few steps ahead. So you have those steps in front of you, so you can see bigger picture also, that motivates you. And smaller steps, so you don't get frustrated because it's so far, that big goal. But like there are smaller steps where you can also set, and that's easier to follow through. Yeah.
Yeah. And I agree. I mean, it's one of those things that positivity is key in anything that we do, whether it be a minuscule thing or something huge.
Yeah. It's better to believe in positive things and saying positive words, and even cursing, like saying some bad word, like even those words, we put the meaning on them. That's its bad meaning. So therefore they gain an energy of like kind of something that's bad. So it's also not preferable that people use bad words that have bad meaning, or saying something bad towards someone else. So it's also like, and in this case, it's also something that if they believe it, it returns to them, because they are like, the people around them are the mirrors of them. So that's like also something from energy in understanding.
Yeah. And I never really thought of it that way, but yeah, I mean, you give a kind word, you'll get a kind word. You help somebody, regardless of what the situation is, eventually it'll come back to you.
Right. Yeah.
And I like that message that you're sending to people, because in this day and age, we need all the positivity we can get. There's just not a whole lot of it out there, but to see that people like yourself are trying to help one person at a time and be more positive is just an amazing thing to see.
Thank you. Well, I believe that anywhere I go, everywhere, everyone around me is my mirror. So I'm really glad to meet you, because it's not for nothing. I know that you're also an amazing person.
Well, thank you. I ran across your Instagram page, and I saw that, and I didn't really know exactly a whole lot about it until we talked.
I can share about Instagram, what's going on right now. It's my video where I was dancing gained almost 3 million views. And because of that one reel, I gained 30K followers over like 3 weeks, maybe. And then I was like, okay, I need to keep it up. And now I'm creating reels, which are very similar to this one that gained, got me all these followers. And but at the same time, that's not like dancing is not you see, like as we talked, I'm a coach, so I am creating those interesting, funny, cute reels with a message every time, with some mindfulness message. So yeah, that's why you really, from my page right now, you won't really see that much of deep work what I do. It's more like introducing like generally who I am so far. And I am planning to create a meditation course, which I will be promoting, and that I'm working on, and that would be like my own product, and then I can actually present it and talk about it, and people will understand what exactly meditations with my voice, my recordings, and my techniques. So yeah, that's something in works.
Very cool, very cool. So it sounds like you've got a lot of great things coming up, and it sounds like you found the path that you wanted to take, that is going to be not only beneficial to you personally by helping other people, but helping other people at the same time.
Yeah, I'm really glad that I found this path. That I was able, and I wasn't afraid to step on it, because it's not that easy. Like, and the switch from one profession to another, that's also something. And I am helping others too in coaching, like coaching them how to hear their own voices and just start stepping on their path, which is like they need to understand what they want first, not what they...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as being able to find some of the things that you've done, where can people go to find you to try to get you as a coach to try to help turn their life around and get them in a good headspace where they're moving forward in a positive light?
Through Instagram, direct messages. I do go through them, and I do reply to every message that makes sense to reply to, because there are many just emojis and just compliments, and I'm appreciating it so much. I read each of the compliments. It's really inspiring every time to create more. So yeah, and I answer in direct message any information that they want to know. Always welcome.
Very cool. Very cool. So I appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you.
Telling us a little bit about what you do, because, like, as I said, it's very inspiring to see somebody do what you do and try to make one person's life that much better.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I appreciate what you do, and you help me. So we're a team. We're doing good things.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right. Have a good night.
Good night.
All right. Bye-bye.